Well, let's push to the finish line in the last 45 minutes or so that we have and make the case more specifically for leader development. Before we do that, though, I wanted to just step back for a second with the balanced scorecard in mind, because what gets measured does get done. That's really, really important. And when you talk about organizational effectiveness, you have to have some criteria in mind. What does success look like? We've got people from many different organizations in the room. We've got some people from educational institutions, faith-based professional services, the public sector. There are a lot of different people. And if you don't know what the finish line looks like, how are you going to get there? Stephen Covey in 7 Habits talked about begin with the end in mind. And there are these simple little credos and cliches that I think we should be mindful of along these lines. And in terms of a balanced scorecard, of course, Kaplan and Norton, Harvard researchers that promulgated this 15 or so years ago, if you follow their model, it might be highly complex. And I'm just echoing what Krista's talking about here by keeping it simple. Beneath complicated lies complicated. Beneath elegant simplicity lies complexity. Our goal should be to make the seemingly complex simple. And building a leader development model, a program that's sustained and perpetuated, might seem complex to some of you, but I think it can be elegantly simple. Much in life when it isn't working is because we've overcomplicated it. So I think it's really important along these lines to have that in mind as we get going. What are some metrics? What are some things that we have in place? So in terms of slide 31 in your slide deck, this is the business case for doing leadership development. It's a simple flow chart that if you start at the top and work to the bottom, shows the connectivity between the efforts of investing in leaders and the potential payback in varying kinds of ways to the organization. This could be a manner in which you measure your leadership development program. It's one of the ironies in terms of what gets measured within an organization. Typically, those are the things that are easy to count. They're concrete and tangible: inventory, supplies, money. Sometimes the things that aren't as readily measured are the people-oriented quadrants of the balanced scorecard, having to do with constituent, stakeholder, or customer performance, and or the quadrant of people performance. Most of what we measure with regard to people performance are cost data. We pay people, and historically we've offered a benefits package to people. Those are cost data. What are some success or positive indicators that could be tracked there? And I think it's really important that you do so with a leader development model. And in terms of this example, I would give a case study here, and I think you'll find this compelling. One of the things that ODC does to differentiate itself from the other consulting firms that are out there, we have a stake-in-the-ground commitment to measuring the work that we do, and we work with our clients in a number of instances. Leadership effectiveness does drive organizational effectiveness. So the remainder of the slide deck is a 4-pillar model of leadership development. Our message to you this morning is, if you want to drive organizational effectiveness, if you want to develop bench strength in your leadership, you have to put in place in some way, shape, or form these 4 pillars. And it should be stratified and customized to the culture, the context in which you operate.